We go. Cool, guys. All right, let's do a little recap from session one. So big thank you, guys. Scotty contacted me earlier this week and said, hey, mate, the guys would love a little bit more of what you're doing. So we went, okay, let's do this weekly. We'll have a little bit of a chat at the end as to whether Mondays or Wednesdays work better. But like I say, have a think about that. We'll talk about it. There's a few more guys in the background. Hey, crew. We'll have a bit more of a talk about that later and cement that time so that it's just one constant each and every week. Okay. Who enjoyed going through the 4 key questions? Who had their eyes opened up by that over the last couple of days or the last week? A few people shaking heads, nodding heads. Yeah, a little bit. Yep, thumbs up if you completed it. Yep, awesome. Thumbs up if you have any questions, or just bring, guys, I'm more than happy for you guys to bring yourselves off mute. Did anyone have any questions about them? Any queries? Did anyone get stuck? No? Awesome. Last question. Nicole, I'm going to start with you. What's your first 90-day target? So let's do a little bit of accountability here. What's your first 90-day target?
On mute. All right, let me just chuck it up. So we plan in quarters. So I just planned till like end of June. Is that
perfect?
Cool?
Yep.
All right. So PLC Toowoomba 200 members. PLC North Lakes open with 100 pre-sold members, and 2 rent-based PTs and 2 leaders, 100% in Toowoomba.
Okay. Awesome. Cool. Everyone get that? Linda, what's yours? Hang on. I'll bring you off mute. There you go. Try again.
Can you hear me?
There we go.
So my goal is, sorry, just get it up. So exactly what how Nicole set out her goals. So it's our goal to reach 200 members for Northgate.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. 200 members for Northgate. Also 2 PTs on board.
Yep.
And also help 100 girls at Northgate as well.
Cool. Okay, let's pick one more. Angelo, let's go with you, buddy. Next quarter target. Hang on a tick. There you go.
I wasn't at the session last week, but I've got my quarterly.
Yep.
Hold on a second. It was Chermside goals.
So you're Chermside.
All right. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah. So it was PLC Chermside launch, 50 pre-signed members, and finance finalise.
Cool. All right. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, guys. Thanks for sharing. So what's our plan? What are we doing to achieve those? And what are we offering to be able to get those members is the key today. So, guys, the topic of our session today, you might want to write this down because this is a great little knowledge bomb we're about to drop. In an orchard full of apples, be an orange. Nicole likes that one. The team like that one. In an orchard full of apples, be an orange. Now, the 4 key questions, your answers to the 4 key questions are really going to help with our session today. I understand that some of you may need to take off early. That's okay. No problems. I'm going to get through this as best I can. Obviously, you'll have the recording. I'll pop that up on our YouTube channel. You'll be able to check the rest out later. I'll also put some modules in our chat thread so that you've got that there at your disposal as well. So what do I mean by this? Guys, this is what I mean by this. Now, we've talked a little bit about group memberships and some of you wanting to pick up your PT sessions and introduce buddy training and semi-private training and things like that. We had a great discussion last week around things that set you guys apart, about what the PLC brand stands for, about what you guys stand for, around who you want to work with, what their common problems are, because as we identified last week as well, and what the 4 key questions helped you to do was to highlight and identify problems with your market that you are then going to provide solutions for. My challenge today is in challenging your thought process on the way that you look at what you're offering from a product and service perspective. Okay? How many of you are offering personal training in your studios? How many of you want to offer personal training in your studios? Or buddy training, or semi-private training, or some form of more exclusive style of training? Okay, great. So here's my question to you, and this is really going to set up our chat for today. Let's say, Nicole, let's say you were offering PT sessions, 2 PT sessions a week was $100. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I was 10 minutes down the road, and I was offering 2 PT sessions a week for $150. Which one would people choose?
The cheaper one.
Are you sure?
It depends what the value is and what's offered. And I guess if the person then perceives that more expensive means better, or they just want the budget, so it depends what they value.
100%. Do you want to be a cheap trainer?
No.
No. People think, and you're 100% right, so great answer. People commonly think that if it's more expensive, it must be better. Some people value things on budget. My issue with that goes back to our topic of today. In an orchard full of apples, be an orange. If you're allowing yourself to be compared on price, guess what? You're another apple. So today is all about challenging your thought process around the products and services that you're offering and ensuring that you're meeting your market. So, Nicole, while I've got you off mute, just stay there. Which one sounds more valuable to you? PLC's total body transformation program, or 2 sessions a week for $100?
Total body transformation.
Okay, so who's offering personal training?
They both are.
Who's offering total body transformation? Who's offering a total body transformation program?
Mm-hmm.
And now you can see where we're going to take things today. Okay, thanks, Nicole, much appreciated. Cool. Okay, so here's the issue that we face. And again, we face this issue and challenge every single day with trainers. What they're doing ultimately is selling time. And by selling time, you're devaluing yourself. Because if someone up the road is charging more for their time, guess what? People will think that's better. Or if people think, well, you're cheaper, well, the last thing you guys want to be recognized as is cheap trainers. So what we're going to work through today is what we're offering. And I know that the next step for some of you is to look at setting up your personal training / semi-private / more of a results training base in your studios. Now, even if you purely want to offer group fitness and offer your group memberships, guys, a lot of this is still going to apply. Okay, I'm going to show you a great way that you can tie this all in. Okay, so first step first. Durant, I'll ask you, buddy. 9 out of 10 people that come to you with a fitness goal, what would it be? Hang on, let me take you off mute.
To drop body fat, tone up.
Okay, more commonly though, they want to lose some
weight.
They want to lose some weight, right? They want to lose some weight. How many times have you heard, oh, you know what, I just want to drop some weight, tone up a little bit, and just only take some fat off my bum because my tummy's okay?
All the time.
All the time. Okay? So the one thing that we need to be mindful of here, thanks buddy, great answer. The one thing we need to be mindful of here, guys, in the way that we set our programs and services up is this. Durant's just made a really great point there. We're talking about body fat percentage. We're talking about body composition. We're talking about building lean muscle. Some of you might talk about macros, micros, nutrition, etc. But here's the thing. What do 9 out of 10 people come and ask you for? Weight loss. So the thing to understand here, guys, is that the market and again, Gen Pop is still conditioned to weight loss, toning, diets, dieting, thinking that you can spot fix and spot reduce. Now, we know it doesn't happen, but quite often what happens, guys, is that we take that for granted. We take for granted that people know about dropping body fat, dropping body fat and building lean muscle. We take for granted that people don't know about macros and micros and that side of nutrition. We take for granted that most people know what a good, healthy, balanced diet is. So what's important here is that when we set up our products, We sell the market. We sell the market what they want. Now, I'm not suggesting that you have to use weight loss in your programs and the way that you program and package up your personal training services. But understand that when we talk to our market, that we're going to be talking to them on a level that might be slightly below what your knowledge base is. Does that make sense, guys? Everyone's sort of nodding. Does that make sense? Cool. Okay, so how do we do that? So, guys, if 9 out of 10 people are coming to you wanting weight loss, what are you offering to help them? Who can I chat to? Angelo, let's talk to you, buddy. If 9 out of 10 people are coming for weight loss, how are we helping them at the moment?
Like at the moment within PLC, is that what you mean?
Yep, within PLC,
yep.
What you're offering from a business perspective, yeah.
Yep, through group style training and obviously a nutrition system that we use.
Awesome.
So nutrition and training.
Awesome. So what are we offering our group fitness membership? Because don't get me wrong, guys, I love group. I think group is a hallmark and an essential key to having a successful studio because it allows engagement, it allows member engagement, it allows you to strengthen your fitness community, build that fitness family. There's lots of great terminology for it. It's imperative to the success of your studio. So I just want to make that really clear. Lee, tell me about your group fitness membership. How are we helping people? Or what are we offering them?
So in regards of what actually comes in the memberships,
yeah,
is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yep. So in your membership, it includes your personal coach.
Yep.
You also get fortnightly in-body scans.
Mm-hmm.
You get nutrition training. Obviously, the group fitness is part of it, and you get access to the nutrition system that we use with a nutrition partner.
Awesome. So loads of.
If I've missed anything, just get me wrong. Like say anything.
Guys, did Angelo miss anything? No. Love it. Now, the reason I love it is this, guys. I love it because we have some accountability with our group fitness. So often, many fitness businesses don't have it. And quite often, the trick that fitness businesses miss. Now, you guys have a wonderful service in using the in-body scanners. That's awesome. But quite often, one of the other simple things that you may use is fitness testing. So creating a fitness test that you actually test your members with. Thanks, Angela. I'm just going to pop you back on mute, buddy. The other thing that you guys might even look into is a form of fitness testing that you might do every 6 to 8 weeks as an extra. Again, so that people can not only see the difference in their body composition, but also feel the difference through their fitness, their strength, and things like that. Okay, so again, just a point that some of you may even look at moving forward. Okay, love what we're offering from a group fitness perspective. Angela, I'll bring you off mute in a second. If you've got someone who's not progressing as quickly as what they want to progress towards their goals, how do we help them? What's next?
Work with their mindset.
Yep, great. Great. How do you do that?
That everything doesn't happen overnight. It's going to be a process, and you've got to fall in love with the process.
Awesome. So it's an education perspective.
Mm-hmm.
What if they wanted something more individualized? What if they wanted to work with you specifically? What would you do?
And that's when you bring in your one-on-one personal training or semi-private.
Absolutely. Okay, so here's where everything that I've just talked about is going to make sense. So, do we necessarily want to sell them one-on-one personal training, or do we want to sell them the result that they're after?
Sell them the result that they're after.
Awesome. So what's the result that they're after?
Great question.
Yeah. So as we identified before, 9 out of 10 people will be around weight loss, won't they? So that's where rather than selling them to one-on-one PT or selling them to semi-private PT, we sell them to a higher end, more exclusive, more valuable program. So this is where we come back to things like your total body transformation or your body overhaul, again, you guys can come up with the terminology here, but the idea here is rather than selling them to sessions, sell them to a program. The same as you've done for your group membership, because what you've ideally done there, you guys haven't just sold time. You've got the value of the in-body scanners, the coach, the accountability, the nutrition guidance, the program, etc. Okay, it's not just a time for money exchange. You guys are actually setting up as a program, as a package. So our next step here to help people, and I know some of you want to bring trainers on board and utilize one-on-one and semi-private to be able to grow their side of things, is to be able to set these style of programs up. Okay, so task number 2 for the week. Guys, I want you to think about what you're offering from a personal training perspective. So 9 out of 10 people are going to come to you for weight loss. Linda, let's say I've come to you and I started on your group membership and things weren't tracking as quickly as I wanted. So I jumped on and I jumped on your, I was going to say bikini body challenge, and that'd just be awkward. Your body transformation program. Okay. The one that you prescribed to me for weight loss. Now, let's say I achieve now guys, I've lost 22 kilos. So let's go back to that point. Let's say I've lost 22 kilos with you. What happens next?
Well, they continue their journey. So you still continue to keep them accountable no matter what. And that's the one thing, what I've noticed with program, you just have to keep checking up on them and let them continue with it. And then also when they lost their 22 kilos that they achieved, set some brand new goals with them as well.
That's the answer I was looking for. Spot on. People's goals, guys, what you want to understand, spot on, Linda, well done. What you want to understand here, guys, is that people's goals are going to change. And you want them to change. You want them to change because that means they've ticked off that original goal that they set. So the other thing that we want to work on here is promoting progression. Promoting progression in our programs. If I lose 22 kilos, the last thing I want to stay on is a weight loss oriented program. You may look to transition me to, especially if, Linda, I've loved training with you and I don't want to stop that one-on-one accountability and support. You may look to transition me to a healthy lifestyle program, a healthy maintenance program, a performance program. Okay, performance, because you know what, I've lost my 22 kilos and now what I want to look at doing is go and do a Spartan race with Scotty and the crew in, hang on, when are you guys when are you guys doing that? June, July, something like that? There we go. Yep. Yeah, I live bread. It's okay. Okay. So guys, understand, and the key point here is that people's goals are going to change. And the beauty of what you guys have from your, and really here, and guys, this is going to be wonderfully simple for you guys because you're doing it already in your group service, is through keeping people accountable with your in-body scans and touching base with them. And look, guys, you may include some fitness testing in that. I'll leave that completely up to you guys. It is a great idea. It is something that, look, if we look at successful business models in the past era, it's something that CrossFit has implemented with great success. In fact, CrossFit are probably the ones who have pioneered that regular fitness testing component to ensure that their members, from a group fitness perspective, are achieving results. Okay, so that's just something from them, something that we take moving forward. Okay, but you've got that wonderful progression already set up in your group fitness membership. The one thing that I encourage you to do in the next step of your development as trainers is to ensure that people who are working with you one-on-one are coming into a program rather than being upsold to sessions. B, that we have that consistent accountability and that support around them, and that we're consistently reviewing where they're at and resetting their goals. And that when that point in time comes that they've achieved that 20 kilo weight loss or whatever it may be, that you then have that opportunity for them to progress through something that might be more performance-based or healthy lifestyle-based or something along those lines. Now, guys, I'll leave the naming of what you guys... Now, I know some of you are really interested in doing the one-on-one and semi-private side of things. Some of you aren't. Again, that's personal preference from my perspective. Someone that's been here for a long time now, I think offering a combination of all three is really important. And I think what we're finding with modern memberships now is that offering a combination of groups and some semi-private or PT in the form of a bundle type membership is really the next step here. Is really the next step, because people are enjoying that added accountability in an exclusive group, but also enjoying the group fitness component of being able to come, day after day and train with their friends, which you guys are offering now and doing an incredible job of it. So hats off to you. Okay. So a few things here moving forward. Number one, we're going to create our programs. Now, to clear things up a little bit more, because a lot of people get confused at this and they ask me the question, Bo, do I create a program that is just delivered one-on-one, or do I create a program that's just semi-private, or what do I do in terms of how I facilitate my programs? Here's the trick. Guys, if you're offering as an example, a body transformation program, remember that only one bullet point of your programs is that personal training or semi-private component. So what that means is that you now have options for people. So a great way that you can introduce some of your group members right now to personal training is to grab a group of 4 or 5 or 3, or again, from a semi-private perspective, I love grabbing 4 because then you've got 2 sets of pairs. You might have 4 people who go, you know what, we'd love to do some semi-private training. And what you do is you bump up their membership from, if it was $30 a week at the moment, you might bump that from $30 to $55. So they pay $25 each for their semi-private session. That gives you a $100 PT session instead of the average rate being at around 50 at the moment, 50 to 55. You can see everyone scribbling and writing notes. That's cool. Okay. It's a great way to increase your income without adding new members to your business. It's a really cool way. Okay. It's also a really cool way to be able to facilitate your programs in a number of different ways. Because what we understand is that from a time for money perspective, there is always going to be a lid on doing everything one-on-one. And that's where one-to-many facilitation is absolutely best. But the flip side of that and the balancing act that we have here is that we know that there are people who love working with us one-on-one. So we don't want to lose that completely from the industry. You don't want to lose that completely from your business. But you will find that you have a lovely mixture of clients that come and see you one-on-one, who might also do some groups. You might have a mixture of clients who just do groups. That's cool. You might also have a mixture of clients who love doing a semi-private with you because they love that added attention from their coach once a week and working with that group of 3 or 4 of their friends, but also love jumping into some of those other group sessions that you're running at the moment. Does anyone have any questions for me before I keep going? If you do, just bring yourself off mute and fire away. Have I lost anyone? Yep, Nicole, go for it.
A question, like, Scotty, because obviously, like right now, we upsell to our PLC nutrition system, which is like the Your Health products from like they become a member, they do their free meal plan, they jump on the PLC nutrition system, and that's part of our 8-week challenge.
Yes.
Is this something that you would incorporate into that or have separately as another option, or how would you package that?
The best plan is the one with the most options. So I would include my nutrition. I would include that nutrition component in the PT as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because we know it's an integral part of their success.
When you say as many options as possible, do you mean like have a option A that's your most expensive, option B, option C? Or do you just mean this one package and you're offering so much in it?
Okay, great question. Stay off mute for me because we'll have a good chat through this. What I would be looking to do is to incorporate, so you can keep that nutrition component optional if you wish. So for example, if people really wanted to get their best results, just as an example, if people really wanted to go to the next level and they wanted that one-on-one support and accountability from you, they would obviously take up that one-on-one membership.
Yeah.
Now, if they really wanted their best results, the other thing they would do is jump onto the nutrition program, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Now, do we have some people from time to time who say, no, I don't want to do that?
Yeah.
Yep. So that's okay. So that's their decision. That's their choice. We can only provide the education and give them the option that if they really want to get the most out of their training and their best results, I recommend that you do this, this, and this. Okay. And that's where next week we're going to get to actually how to go through this process with people so that you guys get a feel of exactly how that, what I call a prescription phase goes. Okay. So really, I really don't feel it's a matter of selling them. I really feel that it's a matter of prescribing the best way for them to achieve their results. Okay. Some people may say no to the nutritional program and being part of that. That's okay. But you know what? For us to accelerate your results and accelerate your progress, the best thing for you to do, the best thing that I would prescribe would be to jump on board this and this and this. And if they say, well, you know what? Let's start with the training. And if I really need the nutrition later, I'll come to that. You know what? People are going to say that. All we can do is give them the information, educate them, and have them make the decision.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. So as an example, you have someone that comes to you wants to lose 20 kilos. And they're a bit embarrassed to jump into the groups as a starting point. You might have that, again, body transformation style of program. Now, guys, you don't need to use those exact words. These are just examples. Okay. You might have that body transformation style of program. You might give her the option of doing, there might be a one-on-one option to see you twice a week. There might be a semi-private option to see you a couple of times weekly as well. Now, the other options and add-ons to that is that if you really want to accelerate things, I recommend you jump on this, which might be your nutrition program.
Yeah. I also used to say that people that have gotten these best results have done this, this, and this. So if you're wanting something like the results that you see on the wall, then that they've done this.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's where you're going to see in the template that I send through, there's actually room for before and afters and testimonials in your presentations as well. Okay.
Perfect.
So you'll be able to add those in and sort of flick those around a little bit. Okay. Does anyone have any other questions on that? Does anyone have any questions on the fact that we're looking to promote progression and help people achieve results, and that setting up our programs in that way is a really important step to doing that?
I really like it because then you give that person that next goal, so they're also like a lifetime client, and then they see you as an expert naturally. 100%.
100%. And as I say, guys, we're going to go through even more next week on how to deliver what we've talked about today. And as I say, guys, go back to our theme of the day. And our topic of the day was, in an orchard full of apples, be an orange. Tell me how many other businesses around you will have, and again, you guys can make these program names unique to your studios, to your business, that they can be uniquely yours. But as I was saying here's a great example. A client of mine in Adelaide, he has Revolution Health Clubs. And I said to him yesterday, tell me another business in Australia that has a Revolution Fit Club membership. And he went, well, I haven't heard of it. I said, that's right, it's uniquely yours. Tell me how many people have a Revolution tell me how many people have a 30-day Revolution Fit project, which we used as a bit of an irresistible offer for him. We'll go through that a little bit later too, guys. He said, well, no one. So the wonderful part about going through the terminology and the naming of those programs was the fact that what we ended up doing was taking his business name and adding that to the result, which was all about fitness, and then using the club or the team terminology to show that was our team training group fitness style of membership. Okay, so the naming of it and the wording of it said a lot to people who looked at it and went, well, you know what, I get a gist of what this is all about. Had another client, so you guys may have seen, I had a client that signed 10 new members last week. You want to know what she did? She changed the wording of her group fitness membership to the Mummy Mojo Project. She had 10 people, bang, signed. Pretty cool. Now, I'm not suggesting go out and change everything, not at all. But what I am suggesting with your PT or with your PT and semi-private services, have a name for your program, guys. Actually sell a result, sell a program, as opposed to bumping people up to a couple of sessions a week. Okay, there's a massive difference in value. There are massive add values that you are going to be able to provide in that. In a very similar vein, you guys have got a great foundation to work off here. I love what you've got as a membership already. Now it's a matter of taking that to the next level with your one-on-one and your semi-private style of sessions that I know most of you want to grow. Okay. So tasks for the week. Guys, if you haven't completed your 4 key questions and set up your KPI sheet, really important that they're done. Really important that done. Make sure you've got your 90-day goal set, and ensure that with your 90-day goal, that what you've done is broken that goal down now into a weekly target that you are going to tick off. So if you need 50 members between now and the end of June, that's 8 weeks. That's, if my maths is right, about 6 new members a week. So that's your target. Okay, break it down into a member per week target if that's what you're chasing. If it's an income target that you're chasing, same thing, break it down in income. Know that if we're pursuing an income style of goal, that there is more than one way to achieve that. Yes, you can get more members, but understand too that you might be able to offer them something so you see them more frequently. So rather than seeing them purely for groups, you may have members in your business right now who are prime candidates for your new performance program that you facilitate using semi-private. And all of a sudden you take 4, 8, 12 members from a $30 a week membership to a $50 or $55 a week membership. So you've just increased your bottom line by $300 a week purely by facilitating that. Okay, so guys, more than one way to grow your business. Okay, so we're going to complete those, set up our KPI sheet, make sure that our targets are set, make sure that they're broken down into weekly targets, be it session-wise, member-wise, income-wise. Okay, next step, you're going to create your programs or your products in a sense. Create your personal training programs. Now, guys, for me, there's 2 critical ones. One, something to do with weight management, weight loss. Again, you don't need to use the word weight. You can if you want. But you certainly want to have something there that you can prescribe to people who want to achieve a significant weight loss goal. And the other one, of course, you might have someone who specifically wants to train with you for, as we mentioned the example before, come to Spartan with Scotty and I and do that. If you've got someone that specifically wants to train for that, the last thing you want to do is pop them onto a weight management program. So have something there for them. Performance, healthy maintenance, healthy lifestyle. Again, great way to frame that style of service as well. Okay, so we're going to create those. The other thing that I'm going to send through is that once you've identified those, I'm going to encourage you to set these up on a presentation and use a template that I'm about to send through, so that for next week when we go through how to deliver what we've talked about today, that you guys have a tool that you can use to be able to show your client or your new member exactly the value that you're offering them and showing them the exact steps and how to for them to achieve their results. Okay, so I'm going to send that through as well. Does anyone have any other questions? Yep, go for it, Nicole.
So do you reckon that we should be setting up programs that are the same across all of PLCs, or like for individual PTs or individual clubs that have the same kind of programs and we work on those together as all the PTs together? Or
That's a really good question. Now, my answer to that question is everyone's target market the same?
Probably not, no.
Okay, so there's your answer.
Yeah.
If your target market's slightly older, then you're probably looking at something that's geared a little bit differently to a younger. See, for me, if we're looking at 40 or 50 plus, I would anticipate that they've got some serious ailments and injuries that we need to work with them through. I'd be encouraging one-on-one facilitation. The younger 20 to 30, I'd definitely be looking at, again, we know weight loss, but also I'd be looking at something more I'd be using semi-private a lot more than I'd be using one-on-one, put it that way. Because I think from an affordability perspective, but also the fact that you've got that accountability within that group and those groups of clients that you set up, I think that's something that becomes really appealing and really attractive to them. Okay, so if you all had the same target market, absolutely, it's something that we could brainstorm. And guys, I'm still going to encourage you to brainstorm and share the ideas and share what you're thinking of implementing in your own studios.
Should we post the presentation that we put together into the group?
Absolutely, you can. Yeah, Absolutely. Let's post those in there for a bit of accountability. Let's see where everyone's at.
Good way to share ideas.
As I say, because everyone's market's not the same, not everyone's going to have the same thing. But guys, I will say this. It is going to give each of you an opportunity to learn from one another, which is fantastic. Okay, there might be some things that Durant has in his that Linda doesn't have in hers, and Linda really likes that idea, so she grabs that and she adds that in. There's a lot of add values, guys. You're going to see in the template that I send through that what we're looking to offer and put together here isn't just PT sessions. It's the support, the accountability. It's the opportunity for them to refer someone. What happens when someone joins with PT? You know what? Or joins your group or joins your business. You know what? They're excited. Hand out some gift vouchers for a couple of their friends and family members and get them through the door. While they're excited, you know what? I've just joined. I can't wait to get started. My first session was great. Nicole texted me after the session and said, well done. Like, this is just an amazing community. Now, I know you guys do that. What happens when people get excited? They talk. So you can incorporate things like that. Okay. I know you've got your wonderful nutrition program that you use and the guidance and the coaching that you offer there. Always going to be add value points that each of you are going to have in your programs. Absolutely. Okay. The fact that you've got the in-body scanners there, that's a big one. Okay. The fact that you have some mindset tools that you use. Guys, as we mentioned before, I think we mentioned might have been even before our first chat, that those who crack the mindset code moving forward are going to enjoy some incredible success in this industry. So if you have some tools available to you that you can help your members with, guys, scream it. You know what? Pop it in your programs, pop it in what you're presenting to people when you sit down with them, and show them, you know what? We're not just covering exercise. We're not just covering nutrition. We're covering all three. We're covering the three pillars that are essential for you to achieve your health and fitness goals. Okay. And that's really where you guys are going to create an amazing amount of value. And as I know Scotty always talks about, and as we're talking about right now, this is how we prevent the consumer from comparing us to anyone else, because we're the only ones that offer this. And that's where, again, theme of the day. And some of you are going to go to bed tonight and think about this orchard full of apples, and you're going to see this little orange in the background. Think about that. Okay, really think about what it is you guys are about, how you're going to stand out from the crowd, and how you're going to show that to any prospective member that walks through the door. Okay. The other little task for this week, guys, from a growth perspective, something that's going to help you get to your goals faster in terms of those quarterly goals that you've set. If there are some members who are struggling, if there are some members who need that extra support and accountability and attention and a bit more guided support, you know what? You guys are creating programs right now that are going to help them. Shoot them a message, give them a call, pull them aside, have a chat to them, and share the fact that you've got this as a way to help them achieve their goals and help them get there faster, or help them overcome that plateau or rut that they might be in at the moment. And what some of you may find in the next couple of weeks is that your semi-private service may have been non-existent this week, but in 2 or 3 weeks' time, you've got 4, 5, 6 sessions humming through your studios, and people going, hey, where'd that come from? What's this? What's all that about? Okay. Before I go, anyone have any more questions for me?
I've got to go, but thank you heaps for the call, and I got a lot of value from it.
No, my pleasure, guys. Thank you. Scotty, anything for me, buddy?
Brilliant, mate. I really want you to hold these guys super accountable, because that's what we all need at the end of the day. You know, that's why you're here, I'm here, and they're all here helping their clients do the same thing. So we're just feeding it down the chain to improve everyone so we can give that back. So, mate, really appreciate it once again. Massive value. I always get value out of it. But yeah, just that accountability. I think at the end of the day, we hear it, we understand it intellectually. Now it's that application. I guess that's what separates us at the end of the day.
Now it's to take it and put it to good use, and know that, and guys, know that it's things like this that'll set your business apart from everyone else's. We know that the industry is saturated. I don't think the industry is competitive, because we're not all doing the same thing, sharing the same message, offering the same thing. The industry is saturated, but it's certainly not competitive. As I say, if it was competitive, we'd all be offering the same thing. We'd all be going after the same target market. Okay. I'll leave you on this note. Ashley Bynes, Emily Skye, Kayla Ritzines, they all have the same target market, yet they are all incredibly successful fitness business owners. Why? Because they had their message, they did things in their own way, and what they understood really well was that they were uniquely themselves. There's no one else in the world that's going to be Ashley Bynes. There's no one else in the world that's going to be Emily Skye. There's no one else in the world that's going to be Kayla. The programs that you create, guys, can be uniquely yours. No one else is going to offer those. No one else is going to offer what it is that you have in the way that you deliver your coaching, in the way that you build that sense of community in your fitness business, in the way that you have that nutritional guidance and coaching and support there as well. You guys have a wonderfully well-rounded business, a wonderfully well-rounded business model in terms of what you provide. Now what we're looking to do over the next week is put the next step in place to allow you guys to help even more people get even better, and to ensure that you guys continue to build and grow that sense of community and strengthen that sense of fitness community in your business, which we all know people are absolutely craving at the moment. Okay. I'll leave that with you guys. I'm going to pop some notes through the chat. I will also ask a bit of a poll whether Monday or Wednesdays work better. So I'll pop that in there too. Scotty, any preference off the top of your head at the moment?
Monday, to get everyone set their goals on Monday. So just, I think it's a great way to get everyone kick-started and ready to go and launched into the week. And then there's really no excuse. There's so much support from yourself, from the corporate team, from, myself, all the coaches, all the leaders, all the club owners. There's just no excuse. And what Gary Vee says, I want to suffocate your excuses. So, that's the focus. Why we've brought you on is because you've got great skill, expertise, and experience. But not only that, we know that you can hold these guys accountable and make sure that they're getting the value out of this, and they're also then giving that back.
Awesome.
Most important part.
Monday, guys. You got some good.
Thank you so much.
Keep creative. Okay, as I say, make sure that what you put, ensure that what you put together stands out from everyone else. Don't allow consumers to go, well, he's only $50, but he's 60, and take that away from them. Don't give them that option. It's again, as Scotty's just said there, take that excuse away from them. Don't give it to them. All right. Awesome, guys. Enjoy your week. Pop some notes in the chat thread. See you Monday.
Thanks, Bowie.